Hello, everybody. Megazard X here, back at it again to give you another very exciting episode on Zard's Thoughts. Now, I didn't think I'd be back-to-back videos in terms of me dropping these things on my channel, though. But this bit of news right here is so big where I was like, I had to talk about it, at least in a given video, because Nintendo yesterday managed to come out with a new app for smartphone devices where you have Android or an Apple phone where you're able to go through and listen through certain Nintendo music. This is ranging from anything from the NES era all the way up to where we're currently at within the Nintendo Switch. Yes, you heard me right, y'all. They released a freaking music app. Oh my goodness. For the longest time, fans have been clamoring to Nintendo. It's like, hey, look, you have really great games with really good music. Why on earth do you not put this mess on something like a Spotify or something like that, or allow people to actually go out and buy these musical tracks to some level degree, or just be able to have like a hub where you're able to listen to all of them? I mean, yes, they do partnerships with some places. They might push some things out on like special limited edition vinyls and stuff. You'll get collector's edition for like Legend of Zelda stuff, or even Metroid stuff, Xenoblade Chronicles stuff, where they'll give you certain little bits of music though, or get what other companies and stuff like that Devin or that Trinity processor set that they managed to do over there in Japan. I managed to get one of those shipped over here to America. Yes, they do little partnerships and little things here and there though, but they hadn't gone all in with the music and such, at least until today, because I don't know what's been going on with Nintendo and what they've been on for the whole month of October, between like the Alarmo stuff to them talking about a Nintendo playtest to this going right now. They announcing a whole bunch of random stuff we never really thought, including Xenoblade Chronicles X that managed to get announced a couple of days ago that wasn't in a Nintendo Direct. A whole lot of crazy stuff, and this is just absolutely insane right now. I'm just like, oh my gosh, Nintendo. Like I don't know what y'all on right now though. I love what y'all doing though. So in terms of everything that this app has to offer, you're able to download this app, and as long as you're a Nintendo Switch Online member, you're actually able to go through and listen to all of your music to your heart's content though. Now, as long as you're a Nintendo Switch Online member, family membership, like with the expansion pack or anything like that, or even if you're doing on one of those trials, you're able to access this app. You just have to sync it up with your Nintendo account, and then the floodgates have officially opened, though. And I managed to kind of go hands on with this thing, though, and I was just kind of curious to see exactly, like, what all is actually featured in this app. Is it going to be something like a little bit more robust, like a Spotify experience? I have Spotify and such for myself, so I was just curious to see exactly what all this has to offer. And, obviously they have more soundtracks in here that cater to Nintendo Switch games, though. But they do have a couple of Wii tracks: DS, GameCube, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, and even to the NES, though. So I'll start off at the oldest and work my way up to the newest in terms of like everything that's offered as of now. And they will be adding more stuff as time goes on. So in terms of NES stuff, we have Metroid, um, also, oh, that's interesting. They also have, well, not just Metroid that we have over here in the West, but they also had the Metroid, the Famicom Disk System stuff. Because I know there's some different sound and music and stuff between like some of the stuff we got back on the Japanese versions versus the American ones. So I like how they acknowledge that. That's pretty good right there. Pretty good. Then obviously you have Mario Brothers. So those are like the three different ones we have for NES. Then on Game Boy, we have Kirby's Dream Land, Dr. Mario. Super Nintendo, we have Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. Hey, you got some banger soundtracks up on that with that Super FX chip. And then you also had Donkey Kong Country. In Nintendo 64, you had The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Star Fox 64. Game Boy Advance, you only have Fire Emblem, The Blazing Blade. On Nintendo GameCube, you had Metroid Prime. Then on the DS, you had Tomodachi Collection. It's interesting for them to pick one like that, along with Nintendogs. At least in terms of Nintendo soundtracks, I wasn't. Those two weren't necessarily the first things that might have came to mind. Then on Wii, you had Super Mario Galaxy, and get this, the Wii channel stuff. Like, what the heck? Like, anything with the Wii channel, the Wii shop music and stuff like that, all of that messes up in here. Like, you see a lot of YouTubers and stuff will just play the Wii shop channel music and just have that running on in the background and stuff for some of their videos though. I like how they freaking acknowledge that mess up in here though. That's pretty good right there. And then you have all the Nintendo Switch games, and this was where most of the variety comes into play. So yeah, Pikmin 4, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Splatoon 3, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Kirby Star Allies, Super Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, though. So yeah, so those are all the different soundtracks from certain games that are available, though. Now, granted, with the actual music you're listening to isn't just the traditional music that you are kind of accustomed to while playing it, but you even get some weird side things like some sound effects or just like title screen music and stuff that you wouldn't necessarily expect to get maybe on a CD if you got it within a collection, like a collector's edition or something like that. Like, you wouldn't expect just title screen music to be playing right there. So they got even little fun little bits like that popping up in there though. And then also, in terms of like the settings themselves, like you can feature it within certain different playlists or create whatever you want. Obviously you can feature it around like getting up some wake up energy or whatever though. They have like different categories based on that though. Obviously you can pull them up based upon the game genre and stuff, and a lot of things in between. One cool feature that I wasn't necessarily expecting them to kind of go all out on is, imagine if you hadn't finished Pikmin 4, for example, and you didn't want to get spoiled with any music if you had it on random play or whatever, though. You just didn't want to get spoiled whatsoever, though. There is a feature on there where it's like, hey, exclude game soundtracks from a specific game, and it won't spoil you to that music, though. Because at least for me personally, I love listening to game music, but typically I like to listen to stuff where I already have gone through and played it, so I actually experience the music in the moment, especially with more so modern day games, like anything we have Switch onward, versus some of the older stuff where it's like, okay, I probably have ran across it a couple of times for maybe some soundtracks in Link to the Past or something like that, though. So that's one real cool feature I really do like up in there. And of course, if you like a certain soundtrack a whole bunch, you can also go up in there and elongate it, so you can extend it by 15-30 minutes or even have it on loop for like a whole stinking hour though. So that's really cool. And then earlier on I said they are going to be adding some more additional game musics along the way, such as Wii Sports. That's nice. Super Mario 64, man, I'm gonna wake up big on that day though. Skyward Sword, Legend of Zelda. Oh my gosh, I love the music in that one game on the Wii. I love the heck out of it. So yes, give me more of that. Splatoon music, hey, that's some great stuff right there. The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, all right, all right. Donkey Kong Countries 2, hey, Crocodile Symphony, man, hey, man, sign me up, sign me up. And then also you got F-Zero X. So that's just a small collection of music that will be added over time though. But I imagine they wouldn't just stop there. This is just something that they're just gonna keep continuing to add more so onto though. So overall, I really did like this announcement. It did definitely come out of the blue. I wasn't necessarily expecting them to do this though, but at least that gives you one more extra incentive to have a Nintendo Switch Online membership, even if it's just the basic tier. Honestly, at this point, they're really adding a lot of bang to your buck if you happen to have an NSO service, though. I'm just saying, no, because a lot of people might have got introduced to the NSO if you happen to purchase Super Mario Party Jamboree recently. They gave you a free 3 months subscription to NSO and stuff. So, hey, if you have this membership, you might as well go ahead and download this app, though, because Nintendo makes some really good soundtracks for a lot of their games. I just really appreciate this, though. So now, if y'all excuse me, though, I really got to go through and listen to some more of this Yoshi's Island soundtrack from the Super Nintendo mess, though, because that Bowser final boss theme for Yoshi's Island, man, that mess is a bopper right there. A bopper, man. Oh, shoot, though. So I might as well go ahead and wrap this up so I can go back and listen to some great old tunes, though. But y'all got to let me know down in the comment section down below what all do you think about this one announcement from Nintendo, though. I love the fact that they're announcing a whole bunch of different stuff. Everything but the Nintendo Switch 2 at this point, though. You just got to love it. The Kings of Left Field keep on swinging. They keep on swinging, though. All right, so let me know what you think about down in the comment section down below. But that's going to basically do it in terms of today's video, though. So if you really like this, make sure you go and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell to stay up to date on all things video game related I feel like talking about and discussing. So remember, y'all, until whatever video I make next, see y'all.